Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing world of corporate finance with a wink and a nudge. Today, we're diving into a filing from Venus Concept Incorporated, a company that seems to be juggling its finances like a circus performer, and let's just say not all acts are going perfectly smoothly. This is a current report, meaning Venus Concept Incorporated felt something important happened that shareholders needed to know about right away. Think of it as a corporate emergency announcement. So, what is the big news on the 31st of October 2025? Venus Concept and its subsidiaries, basically its different company branches, made a deal with Madryn Health Partners. This deal is called a consent agreement and it's all about their loans. Now, normally companies have to meet certain financial requirements like keeping a certain amount of cash on hand. It is like a homeowner needing to have a certain amount in their checking account for emergencies. But here is the twist. Venus Concept got a pass on some of these cash rules. They do not have to meet certain minimum cash levels, or what they call liquidity requirements, until the end of November 2025. This is a big deal because it means they might be a little tight on cash, and lenders are giving them some breathing room. It's like your bank saying, don't worry about that minimum balance for a bit. And there is more. They can also use money that was supposed to go towards paying interest in early November to pay down the actual loan amount, the principal. This is kind of like using your rent money to pay off some of your mortgage instead of just paying the monthly interest. It is a way to chip away at the debt faster, but it means they're really focusing on reducing what they owe. Now, to raise another important update concerning their bridge loan. Think of a bridge loan as money you borrow to cover a short-term gap, usually until you can get more stable financing. And what has been changed here? The deadline to pay back this bridge loan has been pushed back. It was supposed to be paid by the end of October 2025, but now it's extended to the end of November 2025. That is another month of breathing room, suggesting they're still working on sorting out their finances, like getting an extension on a bill. Plus, similar to the other loan, they've also gotten a waiver on those minimum cash requirements again through the end of November. It really looks like they're in a tight spot financially and are getting a lot of flexibility from their lenders. This next part is about when they actually received money from these loans. The company initially planned to borrow up to $5 million through a bridge financing program, but this amount grew significantly to over $28 million. Imagine you planned a small party, but then suddenly you are funding a massive festival. Most recently, on the 28th of October 2025, they got another $2 million. This is called a 13th delayed drawdown, which means it is the 13th time they've pulled money from this loan facility. They plan to use this new cash for general day-to-day operating expenses, which is pretty standard. So, what does all this tell us? Venus Concept Incorporated seems to be heavily reliant on loans and is working closely with its lenders, like Madryn Health Partners, to manage its debt. The extensions and waivers suggest the company might be facing some financial stress. They are pushing back deadlines and getting temporary relief from cash requirements. It's a strategy to survive the short term while they figure out a more stable financial future. This consent agreement is what formally allows them to bend those rules, giving them temporary relief. And this amendment to the bridge loan is what officially extends their repayment deadline. Now, let's look at the bigger picture here. Venus Concept operates in the medical device industry, focusing on aesthetic and medical treatments. Companies like this often need significant funding for research, development, and marketing. When a company is getting multiple loan extensions and waivers on liquidity requirements, it's a clear signal that they're navigating a challenging financial period. They are not generating enough cash from their operations to meet their immediate obligations. In essence, Venus Concept is buying itself time. They've successfully renegotiated terms with their creditors, which is a positive step in avoiding a more severe financial crisis. However, it also indicates that their current financial performance may not be meeting expectations, hence the need for these agreements. The fact that they're taking cash interest payments and applying them to the principal shows a strong focus on debt reduction, which is good from a long-term solvency perspective, but it means that cash isn't immediately available for other investments or operational needs. The risks here are evident. If Venus Concept cannot improve its financial health or secure more sustainable financing before these extensions run out, they could face significant challenges. They need to either boost sales considerably, cut costs dramatically, or find a new source of funding. The extended reliance on bridge loans and the waivers on liquidity could be seen as a temporary fix rather than a long-term solution. My take is that Venus Concept is in a precarious financial position. They are not on the brink of collapse given the lenders are willing to work with them, but they are certainly under pressure. The company's future success will depend on its ability to execute its business strategy effectively, generate strong revenue growth, and manage its expenses to become a self-sustaining operation. The current situation calls for careful monitoring by investors. Alright, that is our breakdown of Venus Concept's financial maneuverings. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord link in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.